We gotta cut. Gotta carve. That's kind of genius, isn't it? You got the hole punch set, you got all the different millimeter size. You don't need to drill it, you just cut it with your circle knives, hole punches. Anyway, carve. I don't want to take all the credit for that stroke of genius, but there's some old dude that does that too, and he's like, hey, I thought of that. Bob Saget. Sanding. There's a psychotically ambitious one day at hand. Inline, offset, under, and tail, spinner, bait, with a ball ear counterballast at the bottom that will have an eye too. Maybe paint it. I just need to do it and not explain it. 1040. Started a while ago, but that's the day. One day! Small brass tube. Needs to go through the bait like that. Chose red cedar for the wood today. Could have chose anything. Doesn't matter. Could have chose maple. Could have chose oak. Mahogany. A little bit of brass, never heard a bandsaw blade. Just kidding, it probably has. It probably just did. I probably don't care. So one day! Same angle, very nice. That's gonna stick out of there like that. Wire, it's gonna be wiring through this thing like that. It will be able to do that. Isn't that cool? Not fixing the bait to the wire and freeing it up is gonna make it so this thing is more stable. The water playing on the sides of the wooden body won't have an effect on the stability as much of the whole bait. Things will be loose on this bait. Hopefully not tangly, but loose. A little bit of a ballast in the wooden body too. Not totally certain if that's necessary, but I don't want this thing to be even close to floating. So this project is extra ambitious, not just because of the bait, but because of what I intend to do with it. I'm gonna go through a treacherous hike over a mile. Thick woods. Probably won't be too thick though, this time of the year. That's my hope at least. To get to the other side of a river where nobody usually fishes because the hike's pretty bad. But once we get there, I've been there before. The smallmouth are pretty good. And this is a smallmouth lure, if I've ever seen one. If it was bigger, it'd be a pike lure. Sand that down. Smooth. Time to install that one thing. Time to install the thing. Top, bottom, angled with the angles of the bait. It's glued in. If you've had the appropriate question of how the heck am I putting that inline spinner in, I'm angling it down and it's going all the way down to there. So I have a decent amount of wood to glue that into. It's not gonna be load bearing. No fish bearing forces on that. That's all with the wire that passes through the bait. It's just gonna be spinner bearing. Should be fine. So there's a coat of UV resin on this already. That wood needed sealed, and it is, but look how much it's soaking in. Like it looks dry on the nose already. Gonna add a little bit more, twist it around in my hands for a second, subject it to the sun on this cloudy day. Hopefully that still works. Might need 2 coats to seal this wood so it's shiny. Can't really tell if it's working unless you touch it, but then if you touch it, you might ruin it. It's a paradox. It didn't work, and I touched it. I'm just kind of fixing where I touched it. We're gonna have to use the lights. Don't worry, I got backup, fellas. My one days don't only rely on the sun. UV glasses. Yeah, on a cloudy day, that didn't work at all. I was out there for like 30 seconds, which is usually plenty when the sun's out. We're just gonna get this set and immediately apply another coat and set that. So smooth. That's probably the smoothest, glossiest sealer coat we've ever started the paint on for a one day. Oh my gosh. Blast it from both sides. That'll be done pretty quick. Time to do a little bit of lead working. Not my favorite kind of working. We're just getting a flat side on this ball ear, like such as. That way an eye can be glued to that. Ooh, I have an idea. A little bit more lead working for this idea. Isn't 6 millimeters a 1/4 inch? Let's punch a 6 millimeter thing on here. Ooh, that went in there. There. Like a little eye socket space. I don't know. Ups the presentation level just a smidget. Okay, this is something that you put in a drill and it spins and it's like a burr and it cuts away wood, but we're not using it for that because the shank is a 1/4 inch. I want to punch it down. squish it. That's better. Now the eye will be recessed. So as for color, whites, like I want what's in the river. I want to catch a smallmouth. Shad, minnows, river, bait fish, fish. Today we will be painting fish. Starting with white. A little bit of umber, dark color for the top. I want a questionable red. I don't want to go straight blood red. A little oxidized, surgery sienna. A little bit of brown in my red. Starting at the eye socket, fading out towards the back. I don't even know how long this line will be. There. That's it. Stay calm. Don't overdo it. I did a shark white on the belly I didn't show you, then I did that surgery sienna. Flake. We're going with some blue rupes today. Blue rupees. Shad stuff. Oh, those get everywhere. Woo. And some Sirena. 8-bit baits insanity. These go great in clear coats. They're so translucent. They have to catch the light right for you to see them. So I add quite a bit and we still get this translucent clear coat. And the flakes are very thin so they don't poke out of the clear coat and make little bumps into your clear coat either. So you can still see all the paint that you put on the bait. Was the gold too much? No. Spifftacular. There's gonna be a gold blade at the nose and the rest are silver. I'm gonna darken up the eye, darken up the top, leave the belly as it is. I kinda like that. Put the eye on, assemble the bait. That's actually the iris. Not too worried about being messy because this whole thing's gonna get UV clear coat. This is UV resin. I'm just trying to center that iris, or center the pupil inside of the iris. And there we go. That's pretty cool. It's gonna be super domed and magnified. Nice. Clear coat. So while that UV coat's clearing, I've been doing things. Bending wire, cutting brass tubes, finding ball bearing swivels and stuff. 0.061 inch diameter wire for this bait. That's like musky stuff. I know they go thicker than that, but musky stuff, fellas. We're gonna have brass bushings on things. Eventually, once the bait's nice and cured, I'm just gonna use the technique of bending the wire over on itself, pinching it shut, having a hole big enough and gluing it in to the bait. That's the technique. I'll just show you the finished thing and explain some stuff. An enormous amount of trusting myself and my bait making abilities took place in the making of this bait. And that was a lot of stuff to get right. So much trust. So much. If it doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what do you even do? Tweak something? Oh, it works super good. Woo! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, it even levels itself out. It's stable, nothing's smacking itself. Oh, I forgot to put a hook on this. One hook towards the back right there. I wanted to see what the largest hook size I can get away with is because there's just one hook. I think that's a VMC, short shank. I like the short shank. I just tested it and it works. I kind of feel just lucky, I don't know. Definitely needed the counterbalance hanging off the bottom, that's for sure. But it corrects itself. There's a little wobble to it. Everything spins that's supposed to spin. How do you beat that, man? An inline, offset, under, and tail spinner. That works perfect. Incredible. If somebody's done this before that you know of, let me know. I kind of want to see theirs and if they did it the same. I need to hurry. 2:15. It takes like an hour to get to this spot walking, so. And the drive is another half an hour. And it is the river, so I'm really risking it. Okay, there's other people here. I'm not used to that. I pulled in there and it was like, oh my goodness, people. I think they're scoping out for mushrooms. It's almost that time of the year. We have a long journey with the Inline offset under and tail spinner. Let's begin. There is no trail. There's just walk the correct direction. That way. I think we're about halfway there. I don't remember everything being a thorn bush back here, but it is today. How do they even get out here to mow this? We're in the middle of the woods. We got quite a bit more to go. We'll make it. Ooh. Okay, those are the worst thorns I've ever been through right here. What am I doing? Whoa! 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 I think one of them just gave me a vasectomy. Whoa! I think the owner of those fields just plant those right there so that people don't go through. They don't have to put up barbed wire. They just plant thorn bushes. What I wouldn't do for a smallmouth. I see the river. I see a butterfly in the river. I need to be walking that way. Smooth sailing from here. I see it. With all the twists and turns that you gotta make, that feels like well over a mile. That might be 2. I'm not done. There's a river. I gotta do that again on the way back. It's more incentive to fish really hard. Ooh. Chip would have loved that, regardless if it's human. Oh, it's nice to feel the sand on the boots. I gotta do something. They're just not biting here. I gotta go back to the truck without a fish. I could get back to the truck by 6, still catch a fish at a pond or something. Let's make sure they're not biting here. "20 minutes of fishing with the 3-inch prey bait. Nothing, not a nibble. We need to go. We're gonna go to a pond. We have to. We have it one day to do. Mentally preparing myself for a bunch of pain. Horrible, thorny pain. Look at those. Okay. After all that, we're just gonna go get ourselves a bowl of batharoni at your standard pond. What a one day. Hello, Chuck. It's good to see you. Even though I feel quite defeated, we will persevere. One day. My legs are kind of tired. Reminds me of those people that play like the drums and a harmonica and a whatever this instrument is and a tambourine and the synth, like everything, you know. It is a lot. That's a lot to ask a fish to bite. Shmoo. Dang pond shmoo. Ooh. Ooh. That was a hit. A swing and a miss. That's a bite. Okay, we're getting bites. We just need to get lucky. We need a big one to eat the whole bait ball. Ooh. Ooh, just got hit. That was pretty much top water. Does not hook up to fish well. It's official. I've missed a lot. I think the fatal flaw is that the treble hook needs to extend past the furthest back spinner. It needs to be the furthest thing back. Oh my goodness. Second cast with a 3-inch prey bait. Insta bass. So yeah, that makes the inline offset under tail spinner pretty unofficial. I mean, I would have got that fish to hit it, but it wouldn't have hooked up because that's happened 100 times today. I think for bait locations, I need to make some modifications to it. There's another easy peasy. They can't resist the purple chartreuse combo. Be free. This is like less than 10 casts. I got 2 bass. Don't worry, fellas. I know what I'm gonna do. I don't have time to do it in this video. Going on a well-deserved vacation in a few days. I gotta get ready for that. And it won't affect the upload schedule. You believe that? Me planning ahead, having uploads ready for you fellas. As soon as that bait gets back in a fall of 74 bait wrap and it's early May and I'm at the ditch and I modified it to where that treble hook sticks off the back just a bit further and possibly another one was installed, it's game over for the pikey poo and the smallie wallies. I kind of feel sorry for them. There is still parts of my body that are sore from that hike. I stabbed myself in the palm as I was climbing over a log and there's a thorn on the log. My shins itch even though I wore jeans. My foot fell in a hole in a rock. I'm not very well seasoned. I'm not much of a woodsman at the moment. I'll have to get out there and explore more this year. Gotta keep it moving so you can't see, but here's the box for the next bait that we're gonna be reviewing. I used to have big double hooks. Where in the flippity doodah did they go? Got a big single. Ooh, and the eyes open. Ooh. Dang heater. Trying to show you fellas something. I'm already scouring the bins trying to figure out different options. See, that won't do. I don't want that. Why isn't that bleeding? Huh, I just stabbed myself really hard with this hook and it's not bleeding. Okay, I got those old Leatherman hands. Okay, I'll figure it out. Don't worry fellas, I'll figure that out. Maybe I have to just completely ignore this, install a different part where the hook, like something that can come out good and far, not impede this underspin and have a treble hook like way out here hanging off. That's what will happen. Bait legations, be ready. Thanks for watching. Like the video please and on to the next bait. Thorny pain. Isn't that cool? What do you even do? Oof. I probably don't care. I touched it. Stay calm. I thought of that. What am I doing? Musky stuff fellas. Ooh.